Well, hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the skincare products from Amazon Aware. Amazon has this whole new section, Amazon Aware. It's everyday essentials like home cleaning products, clothing, and skincare products. They claim that all of these products are third-party verified as climate friendly and carbon neutral. Now, I get a lot of requests to please review more products that are sustainable, and the reason why I don't do that or talk a whole lot about it is not because I detest the planet. I simply don't know that much about sustainability. It actually is very complicated, and I think it's an area where brands can market heavily to us, and because we don't necessarily know all the ins and outs of it, it's easy to be misled. And in some cases, I think it's highly possible that a brand or a product can claim to be good for the environment or carbon neutral, climate friendly, even third-party verified. But what does that actually mean? Is it actually cutting down on waste? There's a lot of nuance that goes into it, and I'm simply not that well informed. It's not my area of expertise. All that to say, Amazon is claiming that these products are all, third-party tested for being climate friendly. Are they any good though? That's what I'm here to tell you. That's what I can talk about. Are these products actually helpful? They have facial care products and they have body care products, and they're pretty bare bones, very simple. Sadly, there's no sunscreen, but they have cleansers and moisturizers for face and body. One of the main selling features of this line is that a lot of the products are refillable, meaning you can buy refills. But here's the thing, what you are paying for is initially you're paying for a bottle like this, and then the refill is this without the top. So the idea is that you save the pump cap and reuse it. That's how these work. And it's not all of the products, it's just those that are in a pump package. Getting these pumps on is very challenging, very difficult. They don't fit on particularly well. It's very easy to get them off track in terms of the tines on the bottle when you're trying to screw it on. For that reason, I am worried that when you repurchase a new bottle and you go to put this cap back on, with time, because it's so difficult to get it on, I think you're going to end up stripping the little tines within the pump itself, and over time I think it's going to wear out and not be as functional. A lot of people commented in their reviews that their product arrived and it was only like 80% full. That tends to be the case across the board. I don't think I've ever bought a bottle of cleanser like in a pump package like this and it's been like full to the brim. But just be aware, if you see reviews on Amazon where people are like, this is a ripoff because my bottle wasn't completely full, I don't think any pump packaging skincare product ever comes completely full. The price point on these is not horrific. Of course, you can always find less expensive somewhere out there, and you can always find more expensive out there. I would say they're relatively affordable. The skincare products are all vegan, so no animal-derived ingredients. They have two facial cleansers. They have a hydrating face cleanser and a balancing face cleanser. Both of these products claim to be fragrance-free, but as I've said in other videos before, the term fragrance-free, they can kind of get you on that. Does it matter? For the majority of you, probably not. But if you are allergic to fragrance, you have to read ingredients a lot more carefully, and you can't just go off of the fragrance-free claim. Manufacturers can still legally put in fragrance additives if those ingredients are serving some other purpose. So in the case of these cleansers, they're labeled as fragrance-free, but they do have some essential oils that if you are allergic to fragrance, you're likely going to have a problem with this. Now, if you're not allergic to fragrance, then you're probably going to be more than fine. But just be aware the claim fragrance-free is not holding up with these cleansers. Now, the hydrating face cleanser for dry to normal skin. The fragrant ingredient in this is sandalwood oil. I imagine that oil has some preservative function perhaps. This has grapeseed oil, glycerin, avocado oil. It's very creamy, almost like a lightweight lotion in consistency. For a basic everyday cleanser, I think if you have dry to normal skin, you'll find that this does the job. It has a relatively good lather. It's a very milky consistency. There's not a whole lot to say about it. As far as the sandalwood, it doesn't impart any odor to this. So if you just hate fragrance in your skincare products from an experience perspective, like you don't like smelling fragrance, you're not gonna really encounter that with this. I don't detect any odor or scent. It's a little slippery, and by that I mean when you put it in your hand and go to put it on your face, it can kind of slip out of your hand a bit. So it's a bit unwieldy. Perhaps if it had a bit more in the way of a thickener to it, it would be easier to use. It costs $11.99, and then when you repurchase it without the pump, because again, you're gonna reuse it, $10.99. It's not bad. If you got it, you used it, I think you would be just fine with it. Kind of boring. Now, the Balancing Face Cleanser, it has a few different ingredients in it. This one is intended for oily to combination skin. Interestingly, this has the surfactant cocamidol propylbutane, and it also has sodium lauryl methyl isethionate. And that's gonna help remove oil from the surface of the skin. So if you have oily or combination skin, I think you're going to prefer this cleanser. It is a bit like the other one, unwieldy, in that when you put it in your hands, it's easy for it to slip out. It's very thin and runny, but this one, in contrast to the other one, it does lather a bit more. Didn't have any issue with it stinging or burning near my eyes. I was able to use it to remove eye makeup without any issue. It does a good job. I, of course, do a double cleanse, as you guys know, using an oil cleanser first. But if I solely used this and all I was wearing was sunscreen, it was more than adequate to remove just sunscreen without a pre-oil cleanse. I found that this was effective for removing water-resistant sunscreen without me needing to rub too much, although y'all know my preference is to use an oil cleanser first. I just find that it's gentler and more efficient. This has arnica in it. Arnica is popular in a lot of complementary alternative type products. It's thought to help with swelling. If you are allergic to fragrance, it can cross-react with arnica. This also has rose water oil in it. Again, that's going to cross-react with fragrance if you're allergic to that. This has licorice root, which is anti-inflammatory, helpful for calming down redness. I think if you have seborrheic dermatitis, you might find that you rather enjoy this cleanser because it's good for removing the oiliness, but it has some anti-redness ingredients as well to help reduce excessive irritation from cleansing. I thought this was fine. Would I go out of my way to repurchase it? No, but it's not bad. It's fine. It's just kind of middle of the road, typical for a facial cleanser. Like the Hydrating Face Cleanser, this one is $11.99, but interestingly, the refill without the pump is $10.44, so a little less expensive, but not too much difference. Again, vegan cleansers. Now, let's talk about the moisturizers for the face. These come in glass packaging, jars, and the lids on these are easier to get in and out of. So they've got two facial moisturizers. One is for dry to normal skin, and the other one is for oily to combination skin. I actually ended up really enjoying the face moisturizer for dry to normal skin. Shea butter, sunflower seed oil, avocado oil, cocoa seed butter. It has 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid is a stable form of vitamin C. Whether or not it gets into the skin and helps with collagen synthesis like ascorbic acid, we really don't have the data for that, but it's an antioxidant, and maybe it helps with the overall formulation, the stability of the overall formulation to a certain extent too. It has cetyl alcohol, a wax alcohol, and it has squalane, a nice lightweight emollient. I really liked the consistency of this. It's not greasy, it's not heavy. It's a cream and it goes on the skin well, spreads well, no issue there. However, if you're somebody who likes a very rich face cream, on first impression you may think this is it, but I found when I actually was using it, it's very lightweight. Good for people actually who have maybe more oily skin, oily to combination. If you have very dry skin and you like a rich moisturizing cream, something that would bill itself even as a sleep mask, something that you really want to lock in hydration, reduce water loss as you sleep at night, I think you're going to find that this is not quite as good as many of the other products out there on the market that I have reviewed. $16.75. What is this? 1.7 ounces. It's very lightweight. It doesn't burn or sting. Again, just real bare bones, effective but not fancy, nothing too spectacular in terms of novel ingredients. Now, the Balancing Face Moisturizer, I would say skip this regardless of your skin type. I did not find that this was particularly moisturizing in the sense it didn't really behave like a moisturizer. I found it more in terms of consistency and performance like a hydrating serum. It's not a bad product, but if you're looking for a facial moisturizer, especially like a nighttime facial moisturizer, I just find that this is a hydrating, but it doesn't really seal in the moisture, and it feels like I still need a little bit something extra with this, and I think you will too, regardless of your skin type. It has licorice root extract, which is good for redness, hyperpigmentation, it's anti-inflammatory. It also has 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid, that's a stable form of vitamin C that may help minimize oxidative stress in the skin. It also has sodium hyaluronate. So if you like using hyaluronic acid, which I do, as a hydrating serum, you may find that you enjoy this product. It is $12.39. I don't understand the price differential between these two facial moisturizers. Like, this one is kind of pricey at $16.75. This one is not very expensive at $12.39. This one, however, is good. This one is kind of so-so. Like, if you're just looking for a face moisturizer, the balancing face moisturizer, I think you're going to be underwhelmed by it. It just kind of feels more like a hydrating serum. Now, if you're somebody who really just does not care for heavy moisturizers, or you find that you're one of those unicorns that really doesn't need much in the way of a moisturizer on most days, but you like a little bit of extra hydration, then you might enjoy that. If you like using hydrating serums, you may enjoy it. Now, both of these have the preservative phenoxyethanol, which is fine. It's, helps prevent bacterial contamination, fungus, molds, etc. But if you are allergic to it, then you would want to avoid it. However, phenoxyethanol allergy is not that common. But if you happen to be in the minority who is allergic, just be aware that that's the preservative it uses, and it wouldn't be right for you. So those are the face products, and I just want to interject a moment. Like, who would be buying these? Like I said, I'm not an expert on sustainability claims, so I'm not even going to point that out here. I honestly think it's a bit of a gimmick with the refillable packaging, because basically you're just paying a little bit less to not have to repurchase this every time. However, this packaging with these pumps, they really need to work on it, because I do have concerns that with time, this is gonna wear out and you're not going to be able to put this back on. And it's difficult. It's difficult to get it on so that it doesn't go on crooked. I think if you enjoy skincare and skincare products and you're really into skincare, these are just gonna be boring for you. But if you have someone in your family who's like, yeah, I kind of want to develop a skincare routine, maybe not so into skincare products or anything of that sort, but is looking for something that's easy to keep up with in terms of a facial cleanser and moisturizer, I think these would, meet those individuals' needs. Are they the coolest, jazziest, sexiest skincare products? No, but they get the job done. They're not bad. Moving on to the body care products, I actually really like their Nourishing body cream. This is actually very nice, and it's $8.64 for 6.7 ounces. It comes in one of these metal tins. Kind of reminds me of the packaging that a candle might come in, this tin tub. So it feels a little like Amazon maybe has candles somewhere along the line, and they had extra tins from the candles, and now they're going to put body cream in it. But the cream itself is really nice. It has shea butter in it, cetyl alcohol, which is a wax alcohol. Again, the preservative is phenoxyethanol, keeps it safe, but if you're allergic to that, then be aware. Dimethicone, which is a silicone-based skin protectant. This is nice, creamy, rich, helps with dry skin. Its spread on the skin is not as good as many of the other body moisturizers I prefer. However, it goes on a touch streaky. It's not greasy. It doesn't leave any sticky residue behind. It does what it's supposed to do, and there's not a whole lot to it. It also has allantoin, which is helpful for barrier recovery, and panthenol. Those are both good moisturizing ingredients. The body lotion, I was thinking it would be a bit more of a lightweight version of the cream. That's what you typically get with a body lotion, but truthfully, the lotion is kind of on par with the cream as far as consistency, spread, and the ingredients are pretty similar. Shea, dimethicone, allantoin. The body lotion, you get 10 ounces as opposed to, what did I say the cream was? 6.7, and the body lotion is $9.76. So you might consider this. The one thing is, like I've said over and over again, this screw cap thing, it's a nightmare. But otherwise, I actually really like the body lotion as well. The body cream and the body lotion are both really nice. Get the job done for moisturizing dry skin. Not particularly fancy. They're not bad products though. They have good ingredients and they worked for me. I will gladly continue to use these. Are these my favorite body cream and body lotion? No. I much prefer, as y'all know, Eucerin, Aveeno, Cetaphil's, Restoraderm. Those products have more jazzy ingredients for dry skin, things like ceramide, filaggrin, and the Cetaphil products. Some of them have urea, which is helpful for softening and exfoliating dry, built-up skin. These don't have any of those jazzy ingredients, but if you don't have any like extreme dry skin issues or anything of that sort, you're just looking for a daily body moisturizer to stay on top of the skin, especially in the winter time, these, you'll probably be happy with these. But again, if you are the type, which many of you are, who enjoys skincare products, again, I think you might get a little bored with these, but they're not bad. They're truly not bad. Could you use these on your face? Sure, you definitely could. In fact, if you're looking for a facial moisturizer, I might try either the body lotion or the body cream, because again, they're pretty similar. I might try those on the face. When it comes to using body products on the face, they tend to be formulated, they tend to be of a thicker consistency, which for some people doesn't bode well on the face. But the main issue with a lot of body products put on the face in terms of moisturizers is a lot of body products have petrolatum, which is a great ingredient, but a lot of people don't enjoy that on their face. These don't have petrolatum. They have shea and dimethicone, which is frequently found in many facial care products. So I think, it's worth a try using them on the face is what I'm getting at, because then, it saves you money in the long run. All right, and then the body wash. Y'all know I'm not much for using body wash. It does the job if you're looking for a little bit of lather and removing sweat, product residue, sunscreen, does the trick. It has a pretty good lather. Sodium lauryl methyl isethionate is the surfactant in this. It also has alkyl glucosides, which if you're allergic to those, be aware this has. But the body wash is not a bad product. There's no scent, free of fragrance. And so, if you're someone who enjoys body wash for the experience of it, you like scented body washes, you will be bored to tears with this. But if you're someone who has enjoyed like Vanny Cream's body wash, or any of the eczema friendly, fragrance free body washes, you may find that this is meeting your needs in that realm, the daily body wash. Overall, I would say these products, they're not bad. The worst product, in my opinion, was the Balancing Face Moisturizer for oily to combination skin, simply because to me, it acts more like, it feels more like a serum. So it's not a bad product per se, it just is something that I would reach for more as a product to put on to the skin prior to moisturizer. And it's got ingredients in it that are frequently found in serums. Sodium hyaluronate or hyaluronic acid, licorice root. You may find that this is beneficial in your routine, but for me and my needs in terms of a facial moisturizer, that is simply not cutting it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not going to comment on how truly sustainable, how truly eco-friendly these are. Seems like a step in the right direction, but it could just be all smoke and mirrors with the language that they use. Like I said, I'm not an expert on that, but what I can tell you is these perform well. They're not bad. They're not insanely overpriced. And if you are looking for skincare products that are easy to keep up with, nothing too fancy, I think you'll likely be happy with these. Has anyone tried this brand? Let me know in the comments. Or have you tried anything from the rest of the Aware branding, like the clothing, the home cleaning products? I actually just ordered a sweater from the clothing section, so I'll be interested to see how that holds up once I get it, how it looks, how it feels, how it wears. I'll let you all know. If you follow along in the vlogs, I typically talk about that kind of thing in my vlogs, which I post on the weekends. I hope you all enjoyed this review. On the end slide, I'm going to put my recent review of the new Aveeno Calm and Restore products, so check that video out if you missed it. But if you like this one, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.